hello to all of you great families of the Computech community. Thank you so much for everything you do, everything you are, and everything that we are going to be. This is Principal Brookins. Excited once again to share with you some of the training that our students have gone through this week as we prepare them to be students of high character. And there's so much that we'll be learning this year and processing with your student and parents. I'm gonna keep you abreast of everything that's happening, but we did cover sexual harassment. And it's one of our mandated trainings for students, but it's really important for our young people to know how to respect boundaries and to be young people of high character and respecting the person, the body, and the image of all of their peers. And I don't know about you, but I feared. Now my children they're older. I'm an empty nester, but my fear with them going through school is that they would have an experience that would traumatize them, or something that would happen that I couldn't stop from happening. And sexual harassment is one of those things that sometimes goes silent, sometimes depending on how you were reared, you may make light of it and say, well, sometimes we get into whether we can believe a person or not and all of that. But I want to be very clear that we have to respect the bodies, the personalities, the backgrounds, the image, and the boundaries of every student and every human, especially on our campuses. Anyway, we did show them a video, and I wanted to share with you. It's a wonderful video produced by our Fresno Unified team, and I was really it was great to hear student voice giving definition and clarity about what sexual harassment is and why it is something that we never want to happen. So here is the video here.
In Fresno Unified, all students have the right to be educated in a safe environment free from sexual harassment.
But every day in our schools, students experience sexual harassment, and this harassment affects their academic performance and emotional and physical well-being.
Many students don't say anything about these incidents because they are afraid or ashamed.
And some students don't speak up because they think these incidents are just normal.
But sexual harassment isn't normal and should never happen to you or any of your friends. So instead of putting up with it, we all need to speak up and help put a stop to it.
So what type of things are considered sexual harassment?
Sexual harassment can be any unwanted or inappropriate touching.
Unwelcome sexual jokes, derogatory comments about anybody's body, or any sexual gestures.
That's a big one there, parents, because, sometimes kids are making jokes and not realizing that that is detrimental as well. So really important for you to talk to your students. Yes, both male, female, about their conversations and how they can be detrimental to someone else. And we never want that to happen on our campus.
Social media and text messages can contain sexual content, such as images, videos, or comments.
Sexual violence.
This is very important, parents, as well. Sometimes, there's a thing out there called sexting. And, kids might have something sent to them inappropriate, where there is nudity or images of peers or other young people in their age range. And our young people may not realize that that is child pornography. And that is the distribution of that. So we never want that to happen. So parents, please, 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 go through your children's phones, their social media, talk to them about appropriateness. It's very difficult in our children's world right now, because if they make the mistake and click on the wrong thing, or let's say that they willingly went and clicked on the wrong thing, the trackers the software can just continue to send images, and other companies trying to pull them in to some type of inappropriate interactions with adults sometimes. And sometimes it is just detrimental to their heart and their well-being, and you'll start seeing changes in their behavior and their mentality. So you really want to watch for these things. Listen to this, parents.
Including sexual assault or sexual battery.
And any other unwanted actions that are sexual in nature and directed at you.
Sexual harassment is harmful, and it has no place in our Fresno Unified schools. If you're engaged in activity of this type, you immediately need to stop. And if you're experiencing sexual harassment, Fresno Unified strongly encourages you to go and immediately seek out someone who can help.
Tell your teacher.
Tell someone in your school front office.
Tell your counselor.
Tell your campus safety assistant.
Tell your vice principal.
Or tell your principal or any adult. It is the job of all adults on campus to help protect and keep you safe.
So please let us know if you ever become a victim of sexual harassment. We will always be here to listen, help you, and support you.
You can also contact Fresno Unified's Title IX office. Title IX is a federal law that ensures all of our students have equal access and experience equal treatment in our schools.
Title IX ensures that any student who is sexually harassed is able to remedy the situation with district support. Title IX office also works with your school to make sure there are actions put in place for your support.
The Title IX office can be reached by phone, by email, or you can find a formal complaint form and other resources here on the Fresno Unified Title IX webpage.
You can find the Title IX phone number and email located on posters around your campus.
A copy of the district's sexual harassment policy and regulation will also be sent to your Fresno Unified email.
Sexual harassment happens at every campus in Fresno Unified.
To every gender.
And every age group.
So if you or any of your friends experience sexual harassment,
don't put up with it. Put a stop to it.
Oh, wow. Wasn't that a beautiful video? Pretty amazing to see that in action. And so that was yet another training that our students went through. Please talk to your children about that. And also bullying as well. Mean-spirited comments, making statements about anyone's background, race, culture, gender, identity, sexual orientation, all of those things, quite frankly, it's inappropriate. And because when we come on to Computech's campus, we want to, first of all, be a family. And wherever someone is coming from, they should be able to step on Computech's campus and feel safe, because we are one family. So with that said, this is Principal Brookins at Computech, where every child is seen, heard, and loved. And this was our training on sexual